This is green, this is red, and this is blue, but how can you be sure that what you see as blue is the same as what I see as blue? We've named colors to help us communicate, but in reality there's no way to know if we all perceive them the same way. And you know what? That's just one of the countless questions we don't have an answer to. On February 26, 2015, a single picture divided the internet. Some saw a dress as gold and white. Others saw it as blue and black. Since then, there have been multiple similar experiments, whether through sight, like the dress, or through sound, like the infamous Yanni versus Laurel debate. These experiments remind us of a fundamental truth. There is no way to know for sure that we all sense the world the same way. What I call red might be what you call blue. There could even be someone out there who sees humans with purple teeth, but simply calls it white. 71% of Earth's surface is covered in water. Humans, we're about 60% water. Potatoes, 80%. Watermelons, 93%. Cucumbers, 95%. Water is clearly essential for life on Earth. And yet, we don't truly understand it. Not even the oceans that cover most of our planet. In fact, we've explored only about 5 to 10% of Earth's oceans. The rest, who knows what's down there? And when you realize that creatures like the blobfish and the barrel-eyed fish come from this tiny fraction we have discovered, it makes you wonder, the deeper we go, the weirder it gets. What's really at the bottom of the ocean? For the most part, we just don't know. Back on the surface, countries with access to the sea use coastlines to define their territory, but here's a question. How long is the US coastline? Or any coastline for that matter? The answer is, well, we don't really know. Coastlines constantly curve and shift. Even the smallest deviations add up over time. Some of these features are massive, like bays. Others are minuscule. Surveyors simplify these rough edges into straight lines, cutting corners. But if you Google the length of a coastline, you'll find many different answers because everyone cuts corners differently. So, how long is a coastline, really? Again, we don't know. As a species, we've done well for ourselves. When faced with a challenge, we invent something to overcome it. Clothes to protect us from harsh weather, shelter to keep us safe, weapons to hunt, money to replace bartering. But what about fire? Was fire a discovery or an invention? And music? Scientists describe music as a relatively recent invention. It likely helped early humans form close-knit communities. But did humans really invent music? Or did we just discover that certain sounds harmonize well? Birds sing, whales sing, even tree frogs have a deep baritone at times. So, can we really say that we invented music? If we did, then what's the true definition of music? I guess we'll never know. For a long time, scientists believed tool use was what made us human, but then we discovered that chimpanzees use tools too. Jane Goodall's research on African chimpanzees showed that they use tools to gather food, groom themselves, and more. So, does that mean we have to redefine human or redefine tool? Chimpanzees use tools just like we do. They form social bonds, they comfort each other, they express emotions. So if tool use, emotions and self-awareness don't define humanity, then what does? For years we thought only humans were self-aware, but in 2012 a group of neuroscientists signed the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness, stating humans are not unique in possessing the neurological substrates that generate consciousness. Non-human animals, including all mammals, birds, and even octopuses, also possess these neural substrates. So if consciousness, sentience, and emotions don't define us, then what does? We really just don't know. All we know is that one day we weren't, today we are, and one day we will be no more. We don't know what happened before we were born. We don't know what happens after we die. If a person dies and comes back, we call it a near-death experience, because we assume death is final. But what if it isn't? What if one of humanity's many religious beliefs is true? Even Earth itself is full of mysteries. Who built Stonehenge? Why were the pyramids built? Some say gods, others say humans, but in reality, we just don't know. The human mind is everything. Every great invention, every discovery, every breakthrough started as a thought. But how powerful is the mind, really? The placebo effect gives us a glimpse. A doctor gives a patient a fake treatment, but the patient's brain believes it's real. And somehow the body heals itself. Self-affirmation works the same way. Telling yourself positive things can actually reshape your brain and body. And that's just what we know the mind can do. Imagine what we don't know. The universe is estimated to be 13.8 billion years old. We live in a galaxy with about 100 billion stars. And there are over 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. That's 2 trillion galaxies. If life happened once, here on Earth, what are the chances it happened somewhere else too? In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked a simple question. If the universe is so big and old, where is everybody? This is now called the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of alien life and the fact that we've found nothing. Are we really alone? Or are they out there? And we just can't see them. Again, we don't know. And at the end of the day, that's what defines life, not knowing. We don't know why we're here. We don't know what happens next. We don't know how much we don't know, but we keep asking questions. But because curiosity is the one thing we do know we have,